Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Premier Perspective. Today we are here once again with Abdul to talk about the four Champions League matches that took place over the last 2 days. First, we're going to start up with Lazio versus Bayern, the game that I feel like was the most people knew what the score was going to be for this one, and I feel like most people were under the assumption that Bayern were gonna take an easy win here. So Bayern won 4-1. They looked really strong. Lazio didn't really look like they were in it at all throughout the game. Great goals in the first half from Lewandowski, the 17-year-old Musiala, and Sane right in the first half. I think that this pretty much just shows Bayern's dominance with the amount of trophies they've won. I fully expect them to probably go to the final once again, like they did last season. I think they're capable of doing it, and after a performance like that, they just showed their dominance. But yeah, next up we have um, Aletigo versus Chelsea. Very very uneventful game to say the least.
Kind
I've
of
I
expected more. Expected more.
Yeah, definitely expected more, especially with two teams like that, and especially with how good Atletico has been doing in La Liga. But they failed to have a single shot on goal for the whole of the 90 minutes, and then in the 68th minute, beautiful goal from Olivier Giroud to win the game for Chelsea. And what's crazy is that Atletico, even though away goal, no shots throughout the game, they're still technically in the tie despite the bad performance. So I think that's great for them.
Yeah, I mean, they really are lucky to get out of there only 1-0 and beautiful from Giroud. Chelsea had a couple more chances. Atletico without a shot on target, which is ridiculous for a team like them and considering their form, because they're pretty much blowing everybody away in La Liga right now. But yeah, definitely they're completely still in it. Despite not having the away goal and Chelsea having that small advantage on them. But if they can get it together and pick out their mistakes, which is a lot of them this game, very sloppy. If they can play like the team they play against other teams, opposition in La Liga, and that they did the rest of the UCL, then they can definitely go through and overcome Chelsea. But the next game, Gladbach City, very happy about it. City take the solid 2-0 win in Hungary away at Gladbach because they couldn't play the game in Germany due to COVID restrictions. The first goal, beautiful ball from João Cancelo, absolutely beautiful. Curled it in from the left side with his right to curl in right to Bernardo Silva's head, who just needed to connect to put it away. And the second was nicely played and put away by Gabriel Jesus. Plie had a really dangerous back heel. It was beautiful. If it went in, I wasn't even gonna be upset about it because it was
Yeah, it
beautiful.
would have been really good. Like it was a
Mhm.
good chance that they had there, and I wouldn't have been surprised at all if that went in. Ederson was
Yeah.
left stranded there. Like there was no chance of him saving that. So if it was
No,
just
he didn't have it covered at
yeah
all.
yeah
No.
slightly more on target, and then that's a goal.
Yeah, but just went wide of the post. So other than that, City definitely deserved the win. Good score line for the way the game played out in comparison to it. Other than that, it's just good typical City play. Just creating chances, going up when they can, being pretty conservative with the ball, but definitely holding it well. Their typical possession, about 60% possession, a little over that for City today. So really solid win. Have the two away goals, so going into the next round, it'll be comfortable for them. They can just chill out a little bit, and they can't drop everything because we know Gladbach can be dangerous, but uh, good for City.
Yeah, Gladbach is a really good goal scoring team. They attack pretty well. So City's not gonna take it lightly going into the next game. But on to our last game, we have Atalanta versus Real Madrid, and this is where I would love to hear Abdul talk about his beloved his beloved Real Madrid.
Um, so it wasn't the result that a lot of us were expecting. I mean, due to Real Madrid's injuries, um, Benzema injured, Marcelo injured, key players missing out like Eden Hazard. Um, a lot of Madrid fans, a lot of fans in general, were expecting Madrid to lose by a goal or to sort of struggle to win against Atalanta. But fortunately, Mendy scored a beautiful goal and I think it's
Beautiful.
very crucial because it's an away goal as well, and that's an advantage that Real Madrid has to use in the second leg. And considering that Atlanta also is going to be missing out on their one player who got a red card today, I think Real Madrid should be in a better place in the second leg since they're playing at home, and hopefully they'll advance to the next round.
Yeah, that red card is huge, especially considering one of their Atlanta's not mainstream, but definitely key in that really central midfield position. So
Absolutely.
that's a huge factor, more than the away goal. A huge factor for the red card is that player being out. So it'll be huge for Madrid, and I think they should just be able to go through.
Yeah, there was also a lot of questions concerning the red card itself, whether it was actually last man or not. I thought it was pretty tight. I mean, I could see it going either way. Like, I understand the referee giving a red card in the situation, but if he were to also not give a red card in the situation, I would also get it. I think it was a pretty 50-50, and the ref took it to the direction of the red card. I personally wouldn't have given a red card.
I wouldn't give it either.
I thought they were pretty side by side, but I mean, yeah, that's the referee's decision. But
Yeah, it
yeah, no,
depends. For me,
it did.
no, but it
Yeah, yeah, it helped them. It helped Real Madrid. I mean, obviously being a man up, it wasn't until the end that they got the goal, but playing with a man advantage definitely helps you out. And Mendy got the goal right at the end, and
Very crucial.
The FIFA merchant Mendy, everyone's favorite left back in FIFA, got a weak foot finish that was great. So I
Can't
think
wait
it
to see his
puts
team of the week card. His
yeah,
team of the week card with
the
93
UCL
pace.
upgrade. But yeah, definitely I think Real Madrid's now in a really good spot to go to the next round. Even if for the next game, I believe is 2 weeks from now until they play again. Hopefully they'll have some of their players back. I know, like you said, they were missing so many players today. Hazard, Ramos, like missing a lot of players like that definitely does hurt you. People weren't expecting much from Madrid, like you said, but they got the result, and I think that puts them in a good position. So yeah, those are our 4 games for today. We want to say thank you again to anyone who's watched, for anyone who's shown support. I want to once again say thank you to our UEFA Champions League specialist, Abdul, who's going to
Anytime.
be here for pretty much most, if not all, of our Champions League games. So yeah, thank you again for coming on. And
My pleasure.
yeah, we'll be back next week, right? Is start of the second legs.
Yeah, I think it's next
Yes.
week.
Yeah, next week we're gonna be back with the other round of games. We're gonna see if Barcelona can make a comeback. I don't. They're not going to.
I don't think so
Um,
either.
Not the Sergio Roberto masterclass.
not this year. Not this year. Um, yeah, but all the second legs of can Cristiano and Juventus make a comeback? We'll see. But that content will be for you next week. This weekend we're gonna have some Premier League content, I believe. Yeah, Premier League games this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not exactly sure which game we're gonna be covering, but we're gonna be covering some Premier League stuff this weekend, and then we'll be back to you next week with the Champions League. But like I said, once again, thank you for checking out our video. Show love and subscribe, like our video, share it if you can, and we'll see you guys soon.